How did we get here?
Technology is advancing at a phenomenal rate. Artificial eyes to cybernetic limbs.
The promise of a better future.
We now have the choice to free ourselves from any kind of limitation.
Strength, power, speed. Now I focus on what really matters.
Have these augmentations really been
There are
tested?
people who say that what is happening is unnatural, that we're playing God. But people were scared of electricity. And where would the world be without
What
that?
happens if this technology falls into the wrong hands?
Diseases or viruses that could wipe out the human race.
Scenes of terror are being witnessed worldwide.
What kind of madness has gripped the mechanically augmented people? 9 million deaths confirmed and counting.
This is an attack on humanity and the universal values that we share.
These people were hacked. They had no control.
What is the appropriate response? And can we actually protect ourselves from this happening again?
I have no idea what happened. I would never...
You tried to kill me.
At what point will governments consider the idea of segregation for all our sakes?
We can be politically correct, or we can be foolish, but it's gonna get worse and worse.
The Czech Republic adds its voice to a growing list of countries calling for the relocation of its augmented citizens.
No
Reports
choice.
of severe shortages of the drug neurophazine required to inhibit the rejection of augmentations.
And we will fight for our God-given rights to defend our will.
In a sign of growing anti-augmentation sentiment, thousands
It doesn't matter how many idiots you get out there on the street. We will not relinquish our limbs. Do you understand?
What is happening on this planet is a mass fear-mongering, and the mainstream media pushing this narrative.
The officer suffered severe facial
Incident after incident after
You need to be
incident.
afraid, because they are coming for you.
We will not be made slaves to corporations. We will rise up.
To them, we are the enemy.
Have you seen what your kind are doing?
My kind? You sound just like them.
We come to a tipping point.
We can't live like this anymore.
This violence is completely out of control.
The road is being paved for this corporate militant
What do they have planned for us? Why are they building concentration camps? What's going on out there?
Reports of multiple fatalities. There's only one way to deal with these bloodthirsty fanatics.
A lot of people died. Now you want to take away our freedom? You will pay for it in blood.
Multiple detonations looks like car
The
bombs.
Augmented Rights Coalition denies responsibility.
The Segregation Act has been passed into law, effective immediately.
Augmented persons are being asked to move to safe and secure segregated districts.
I don't want them to take me.
We are still your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters, who love us. We lost everything. Our dreams, our innocence. Where are you taking her? Where are you taking her? Our humanity.
Hi Deus Ex fans, my name is Jean-François Dugas. I'm the Executive Game Director on the Deus Ex franchise. Deus Ex is a big world. We have a lot of themes to explore. We have a lot of stories, a lot of characters, a lot of factions. And trying to put it all in one game, it's really difficult because it doesn't allow us to really take our time to explore all those stories, all those dramas. And that's why Deus Ex Universe come into play. It allows us to really expand on those stories through other mediums. For example, we have the graphic novel that tells the story on how Adam Jensen started to work at Task Force 29, which is a division of Interpol. We also have a novel that focuses on what happened to Adam Jensen after the events of Human Revolution. One of the important things for us is to bridge the gap between the fiction and the reality. We really want to bring the world of Deus Ex into the real world. For example, we have a line of fashion clothing that is inspired by the art of Deus Ex. And the companion app allows us to scan codes through different transmedia products, unlocking behind-the-scene footage, interviews. The world of Deus Ex really comes to life, and you can really be a part of it, be fully immersed into our world. And now, let's talk about what we do best, games. Our friends at Square Enix Montreal have a new entry in the Deus Ex franchise. Let's look at it.
Hello, my name is Geneviève, brand manager at Square Enix Montreal, a sister studio to Eidos Montreal, and our studio mission is to bring the beloved Square Enix franchises to phones and tablets in new, exciting ways. Hitman Go and Lara Croft Go were our first two Go games, both critically acclaimed by the App Store and the Game Awards. The idea behind the Go series is really that, taking everything that makes a franchise unique and boiling it down to its core essentials to make something that's completely unexpected, yet that you will feel familiar with. Each game has its very unique art direction, as well as its own set of turn-based puzzle mechanics that really celebrate every single franchise. After Hitman Go and Lara Croft Go, tackling Deus Ex came to us as an appealing incremental challenge. We're excited today to be sharing with you for the very first time our vision for Deus Ex Go.
Hey guys, I'm Etienne Giroux, lead designer at Square Enix Montreal. Deus Ex Go is all about infiltration, and it's set in a stylized interpretation of the Deus Ex universe. The near-future dystopian setting helps us go in a completely different direction from the other Go games. Players will take on the role of covert agent Adam Jensen and use augmentations, combat, and hacking to solve the most intricate puzzles in the Go series. We couldn't just leave it there, however. We really wanted to bring the Go series to the next level. We decided to take our own design tool and transform them into a fully featured yet accessible puzzle creator. This feature will allow us to create more puzzles for the fans, but it will also enable the fans to create puzzles for each other. This feature is expected shortly after launch, and we can't wait to see what you'll create with it.
My name is Fleur Marty. I'm the producer for the Eidos Montreal live team. You might remember a few weeks ago we pulled an April Fool's on you guys when we announced that the future of Deus Ex was white and pink because we all were so tired of the old black and gold.
The hell with black and gold. This entire game will be pink and white. This is it. Look at this. Do you like it? Don't say you don't. Do you like it?
Well, I must admit, it wasn't completely a joke, and you're gonna understand why in a moment when we show you the reveal trailer for our brand new mode, Deus Ex Mankind Divided Breach.
At the Palisade Bank Corporation, we know what top secret means. Your company's files contain valuable proprietary information worth far more than gold. We can help you protect it. Our state-of-the-art Blade server farms offer unparalleled security in a world that's teeming with uncertainty. Safeguarded by the most advanced physical and digital security systems in the world, the data you store at the Palisade Corporation will remain hands, out of reach of those who seek to slander your corporate interests.
For years they thought their secrets were safe. And they were right, until now. Rippers, protecting institutions that seek to hold us back, profiting while the majority get left behind, is the Palisade's #1 priority. Ours is to breach the Blade's overhyped digital defenses and expose the truth. Fire up your neural subnet kits and join the fight. When you're in the breach, the virtual reality environment will be your playground, and your digital avatar, your tool of extraction. Your primary targets are data towers, but as you progress through the system, server nodes will bring about new objectives to master. Data extraction, enemy elimination, fragment collection. These will allow you to delve deeper into the network, extract the data, escape the server, expose the truth. As you progress, don't be surprised if mysteries cross your path. The world is a dark place, and people often turn to Rippers to dig for answers. These people had a daughter who died under mysterious circumstances. They believe a pharmaceutical corporation is involved, and information you unlock on Versalife servers could contain the truth they need. All you have to do is locate the data and exit the server without being destroyed. No problem, right? Not necessarily. The AI core that operates the Palisade servers has security in place. Sentries, drones, turrets, and powerful prime defense units, all programmed to keep that precious data locked away. They'll quickly turn hostile against any intruder they find. But when it comes to virtual warfare, being on the cutting edge is just one way we Rippers stay ahead. Load your avatars with an arsenal of weapons to combat the virtual defenses. Use the credits you earn from successful raids to unlock new models. If a particular loadout wears out its welcome, dismantle the unwanted weapons into parts and use them to upgrade your favorites. Extracting data won't be easy, but as you gain experience, you'll earn praxis points, which can be used to unlock new abilities or improve skills you already have. Your NSN avatar can be equipped with a variety of virtual augmentations that can aid you in accomplishing your goals. But it has limited memory space, so finding the right balance of skills is crucial to leaving the breach with your avatar intact. Not really interested in taking down corrupt mega corporations from within? Fine. Then compete in challenges against your fellow Rippers. Send them your high score. If they can't beat it, you're awarded extra credits. You've motivated others by showing off your skills. But if it turns out you're a cocky failure, you get nothing in return. Of course, if you're really feeling full of yourself, you can also infect the server with modifiers. They'll increase the difficulty of the challenge, offering a more substantial reward, or give you temporary advantages by changing the rules if you're in a tricky spot. The world is full of conspiracies, Reapers, and the Blades hold the deepest secrets. No matter your motivation, your contribution will further our cause. Join the fight. Extract the data. Expose the truth. Buona fortuna, Reapers.
This was Deus Ex Mankind Divided Breach, and I hope you really enjoyed it because we had an amazing time working on it. To create Breach, we took the core gameplay of Deus Ex Mankind Divided and gave it a big arcade twist. It's gonna be a brand new experience for players with its own story arc, its own characters, and as you've seen, its own art direction. Breach is a connected mode, meaning that you will be able to compete against your friends and players around the world through leaderboards and challenges. Breach is also a live mode, meaning that we will support it after launch with regular drops of content and feature. It will be available at launch with Mankind Divided for everybody to play. I really hope you enjoy it.
And now let's talk about Deus Ex Mankind Divided. For you today, we have exclusive gameplay footage that shows the hub experience. You're going to see that all the components of what make a great Deus Ex are there. Combat, stealth, hacking, and social. Let's watch it now.
Welcome to the world of Deus Ex. For the sake of this demo today, we have infinite energy and infinite ammo.
Hold on. Shit. Alex.
It's Adam.
Hey, you sound like shit. How you feeling?
A little sore, but I'll be alright. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've been through worse. Jesus, how fucked up is that to think, huh?
Listen, Alex, my systems are acting up a little, so I've got to get checked out. But if you want to meet or...
What? No, I'm fine, man. You just take care of you. This girl's built tough. Give me a call when you're useful again, okay?
Alright, I will. Talk to you soon. Open blinds.
Good morning, Adam. You have one new message.
From?
David Sarif.
Play it.
Adam, it's David. I know it's been a while, but after what happened in Prague yesterday... Look, son, whatever reasons you've had for not getting in touch these last 2 years, well, life's too short. I'm leaving for London soon, but give me a call.
You saved his vidcall number?
Yes, Adam. Just activate your TV system.
Adam Jensen was caught in a terrorist attack, and now we're 30 hours later and we wake up in his apartment. Adam Jensen tries to recollect himself. He seems like he has some problems with his augmentations, and now he needs to take care of that. The thing is that in the world of Mankind Divided in 2029, 2 years after human revolution, and there are a lot of problems in society, a lot of division, a lot of tension, and a lot of companies like the limb clinics that are focusing on transhumanist technologies are going bankrupt, and now Adam Jensen will have to rely on some underground stuff. So Adam now is fresh, he smells good, he's clean, he's almost ready to go into his new adventure, but before we're going to look around a little bit his apartment. In true Deus Ex style, there are plenty of things to discover. There are a lot of readables, pocket secretaries, ebooks, computers, where we can learn about Adam Jensen's motivation, the organization he's working for, the state of the world. There's also a lot of emails that he can read, some of his colleagues at Task Force 29 asking him to go see them, etc., etc. We're not going to show all of the details today in the apartment, but for instance, here we can go onto the television, we can watch the news, or you can even call back your old boss David Sarif, and that can unleash a totally optional mission that is not part of the critical path experience. But for today, we're going to focus on the main adventure and go out in the open. Miller, it's Jensen.
It's good to finally hear from you, Agent. You doing okay?
Sorry about the downtime. I'll get to the office as soon as I can, but my Augs took a hit during the attack. I need to get them looked at.
Of course. There's a lot of work ahead of us, Jensen. I'll see you when you get in.
Dr. Kohler, I need to pay you a visit.
Jensen! Now's actually a really good time for me, like right now!
Something wrong?
There are some guys in my bookshop. Pissed off the Valley gangster-looking guys. So, unless you want bloodshed the day after a terror attack...
The front door isn't the most peaceful option. I got it. So it seems Jensen's friend Vaclav Kohler has some problem with local mobsters. We're going to go shortly to see what's going on there. But in the meantime, we're going to look a little bit at the city. Here we're still in the apartment complex where Adam Jensen lives. Of course, we can explore all the apartments and discover loot, discover story about a lot of things. Now we're in the city hub itself. We're in the poor district of Prague, and there's a lot of augmented people living in that district. As you can see, there are a lot of police forces looking around and making sure that everybody is staying in check. There's a lot of paranoia, there's a lot of tension.
License, permit, voucher, document of authority, temporary pass, travel coupon, and/or certificate of authenticity.
Good old days, we'd just ask for ID.
Good old days are gone. Haven't seen one of these before. Orange level. You are some kind of badass?
Just someone with a job to do.
And the tools to do it, obviously. Go on through.
Fortunately, Adam Jensen has his papers in order, but he's still an augmented citizen, and there's no discrimination on that end. Like, police are going to check everything and make sure that you're complying to what's needed. Because in this world, police are just looking for an excuse to send you to some ghettos. Here we can see the metro station. It's another example where the segregation is institutionalized. We have the natural line, and also we have the augmented line to take the subway. If you take the line for the naturals, chances are that the police are going to ask your papers and they're going to arrest you. But if you use the line for augmented citizen, you'll be able to breeze your way through and get to the district you want to go without being bothered. In true Deus Ex fashion, you can talk to all the characters in the world. You can learn more about their own stories, about some of the things happening in the world. You can also get some hints about certain places, etc. So it's up to you to discover all these things. Now we're getting close to our friend Vaclav Kohler, and we're going to show you some of the options to get to him. There are always more than one way to get where we want to go. There's a blockade here. Let's see what it is.
Doc Larry, show me latest papers. Otherwise you cannot go through here.
I know the drill.
For the sake of this demo, we just shortened this conversation, but basically what you discover is that those police officers want you to pay some fee to go around and get to your destination. As you go and explore that side mission, depending on how you play, it can be a very short story that can last maybe 10-15 minutes, but you can dig deeper and deeper and end up into a story that can span for over an hour, and you discover that those fake police officers are extorting augmented people that are out of hope, and you'll be able to make a difference. We're going to look at the right side of the police blockade, and it seems like there's another path, so let's explore it to see what it is.
I would have found him. Street is off limits, or your buck. Private function. All businesses are temporarily closed.
It seems that those guys are the Valley gangsters our friend Kohler was talking about. So since we don't want to create chaos here today, we're going to look for another option. In Mankind Divided, we really wanted to expand on the exploration aspect of the game, and verticality is a big part of it. And as you see here, there's an apartment upstairs with a flickering light, and there's probably a way to get there and also to go around the blockades that we've seen and maybe get to our friend without disrupting the peace in the city. That's an example on how we can exploit the verticality. There are objects in the world that we can interact with, and now we're able to reach higher ground. Depending, however, of the augmentations that you have, you might be able to get there without the use of the environment. So depending on how you build your Adam Jensen, how you decide to exploit his capabilities, you'll be able to get in places in different ways or not at all. As you can see here, something happened, and that is a story that we're not going to fully explore today, but as you play the game, you'll be able to understand what happened with those people. Hacking is back. Like in Human Revolution, you have to go from one end of the network to the other end, but this time around security systems have more protections that you have to overcome, like booby traps. But also as a player, you're going to have more softwares to use to try to circumvent the challenges. I can tell you that this time around the gameplay is going to be more tactical than it was in the last game, so it's going to require a little bit more skills to hack some of those networks. Let's continue to our friend Kohler. And yes, Adam Jensen loves air vents. Exploring all around and all in the little corners of the map is really important because you can find a lot of loot, a lot of secret things. And here, for example, we have a pocket secretary. We're not going to open it today, but it's just to show you that those little devices have codes, passwords, things like that that can allow you to get to secret places that otherwise would be more difficult to reach. So now we've passed our friends, the Valley mobsters, and also we passed around the police blockade, and now we're getting close to our objective. This is the Time Machine. It's a bookshop that is owned by Vaclav Kohler, and now his Valley friends are trying to find him. The thing is that he's hiding somewhere in his building, and now they're trashing the place, shooting everywhere, trying to make him come out of his hiding because apparently he owes them money. This is the smart vision. You can see the weapons enemies carry, the loot they have, if they have pocket secretaries, the kind of ammo they have, so it can be really interesting if you're the kind of tactical player to know which ones are more interesting to take down or not, depending your playstyle. So today we're not going to pass through the main door because we don't want to start the fight right away. We're going to stealth our way around with cloaking. I was talking about verticality, so it means that when you fall from higher ground you make more noise and enemies can hear the noise you're producing. So even if you're using, like here, the cloaking, even if they don't see you, they will hear you. So it can be a very good idea to combine different augmentations together to have an added value. So in this case, not only you're totally invincible, but people cannot hear you at all. So you're the perfect stealth agent. Takedowns are back, lethal or non-lethal as always, but this time around now you can perform them from cover. We avoided the main entry point to get to our friends, so there's the delivery entrance here, but the door is locked. We're going to look for another option to get in. It seems that we have an opening on the roof. And what is important is that when you get to a location like Kohler Time Machine, there are always more than one way to get inside. Looking at your environment is really key for your success. Now we're using the Tesla gun arm, which is a new augmentation that Adam Jensen has, that allows us to take down enemies non-lethally. And when you fully upgrade this augmentation, you can take out up to 4 enemies at once. It can be really interesting, especially if you're a non-lethal fighter. I love cats. Here the stun gun. As you're going to see, it has a similar effect as the Tesla gun arm, but it shoots one single bullet at once, and you have to be at very close range to hit your target. So depending on your gameplay style, you might want to invest in the gun arm, or you might want to keep those practice points for other augmentations and rely on the stun gun. So it's really up to the players to really craft the Adam Jensen they want. Here we could have gone through that bookshelf that is on the side, and we could have climbed up to the 2nd floor. But for today's presentation, we're going to take a different path. We just use the silenced pistol, which can be very deadly and very quiet. Here's another gun arm. The nano blade gun arm allows you to throw the nano blades, and you can kill very quickly and without too much noise enemies. And also you can have an upgrade that allows you to really charge the nano blade, and once you shoot it, it's going to explode after a few seconds, and you can take down several enemies at once because it has a 360 effect. We're getting closer to our objective, and now we just use a toxic gas grenade, and everybody in the radius of the grenade is going to be affected. This guy has been lucky until now. Fortunately for this demo, Adam Jensen had the augmentation that protects you against it, otherwise you would have suffered from the same consequences as our Diwali friends. Now we're in Kohler's office. Apparently the mobsters looked around, but they didn't find the secret spot to find Kohler.
Jensen! Thank God! I'm down in the dungeon, man! You remember the title of my super secret book, right?
I remember it's red.
Earlier on I was talking about readables in the universe, and here we have another example, newspapers. There are different stories that you can discover, and some of those stories can be influenced by what you achieve yourself in some side missions or even on the critical path. Here, our Diwali friends forgot to look at this weird red book. It seems that Kohler loves augmentations quite a bit. Here's Kohler's lab. And I was talking about exploration earlier. There are always secrets to find, and here you have another example.
Jensen, my favorite techno wonderkind. Sorry about the goons, man. They didn't give you too much trouble, did they?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
Nine years ago, we started to work on Deus Ex Human Revolution, and it was a very exciting time for us because we were trying to look at transhumanism, where it was going, mechanical arms or prosthetics, how they would feel like, how they would look like. And now today we have a partnership with Open Bionics, and they created Adam Jensen arm, a fully functional version. It's really impressive to see in action. It's probably one of the most exciting initiatives that we have in the Deus Ex universe because it really bridges the gap between the fiction and reality. But don't take my word for it, watch the following.
With Deus Ex, we want it to be the window to the future. What we're trying to do is change the prosthetics industry so we can offer affordable, functional, and beautiful prosthetic devices to amputees.
I'm proud of being one-handed. It doesn't make me feel any different. But wearing this, instead of having people come up to me or give me like the sincere look of, oh, you've lost your arm, they go, oh wow, this is fantastic. And I just like to see people have a smile on their face about it. That's what it's all about for me.
Because we're heavily promoting this kind of technology, some people really think like we were producing, augmented arms. And, some fans or some moms and so on were asking, where can I buy your arm? And unfortunately, we have to say, we're not building any arms, we're just a video game company. But that triggers, the thing where we say, we should do something.
It was a really natural fit when they got in touch with us. We were almost expecting it at some point, and we formed this idea to try and turn Adam Jensen's arm into a real-life bionic limb.
I was actually only born with my left hand, so I've never seen any different, and I've always wanted to have like a robotic hand. I've never said I wanted two hands, just a robotic one, just to feel more cyborg, because it's just so much cooler, especially being into sci-fi and comics and stuff.
I developed the first bionic hand when I was 17, just tinkering in my bedroom at my parents' house when I was younger. So when I went to university a few years later, I wanted to take the project a little bit further and found that bionic hands existed for amputees to wear, but they were extremely expensive. And so I used that angle as an excuse to be allowed to create a bionic hand for my final year project at university. And then after university was when I co-founded Open Bionics, and we began working on the same problem with a more kind of definitive goal of being able to offer these bionic hands to people at a really affordable price.
So this is a custom-built one for myself. We use sensors in the top and bottom of my arm. So if I tense my bottom muscles, it will close. And if I loosen up but tense upwards slightly, it will open.
We have a fantastic art director. His name is Jonathan Jack Beltet. This guy is a visionary. He's completely crazy. And the way we wanted to depict, a future world was that human augmentations couldn't be like just medical device. We wanted it to be super rewarding. People are wearing this kind of prosthesis in a fashionable way. For Deus Ex, we never wanted to do some gimmicky big robot's hand and so on. We wanted something to touch upon, the high fashion, very refined design, something that looks very slick and very, you could be very proud to wear it.
And then you can change all the functions like that. Kind of cool.
At this point, we've made a semi-functional prototype. So we've made one that's functional and looks similar to Adam Jensen's hand. The next steps for us will be perfecting the functionality of it so that it works really nicely and it's very good at grasping objects. And then making the finish really nice so that it looks the part as well. The design files that we're working on in this project will be open source as well, so people will be able to download them. If they have a 3D printer, they'll be able to make themselves an Adam Jensen arm that will be functional and they'll be able to use it.
We don't want to cut this technology, this accessibility to people who have their both hands and so on. So we partnered with Intel with their RealSense division and Razer with their Stargazer division also.
Multiple points on the hand in motion is captured in real time. The result is a one-to-one mirroring between the user's hand and the bionic hand.
We want to show limb-different people that the products and devices that they're seeing in science fiction, in gaming and in movies can become reality and can become reality very soon.
It's mind-blowing for a lot of people, but I cannot wait for the future of this.
Everything we're doing is somehow a new step forward. We're now defining the future.
As you have seen today, the Deus Ex universe is expanding in a big way. Mankind Divided offers a unique blend of action, RPG, and pushes the exploration and the experience like never before. We also have a new game mode that is called Deus Ex Mankind Divided Breach that takes a new spin with the gameplay mechanics that you know from Mankind Divided. We also have Deus Ex Go that is going to recapture the essence of the Deus Ex experience. And to conclude, we're bridging the gap with fiction and reality with the Open Bionics partnership. Hope you enjoy your day. See you soon.